Every day I've spent here, I've wondered, how did all these people let it come to this? Minds and bodies ruined, dreams of freedom erased.
So this may be a little awkward, I'll be honest, but I'm here to talk about my motivation. What keeps me going? You know, what just pushes me every day. I mean, to be honest, I've been doing this for not years, but it's starting to get there. Damn, I've been working out since February of 2022. I turned 16. I had just lost 70 pounds. Now skinny fat, I'll be honest. I didn't really have any meat on my bones. I didn't have too much fat on me, but it was not a look. So, I'll be honest, middle school, I got bullied a good bit over, my weight, eating habits. I used to have people take my bag of chips, and I'm talking about it's probably like this big. I got one every day. Sometimes two for me and my friend on the bus. He's one of my best friends, man. People would take that shit, smash it like that. They start beating on it, crushing that shit. Man, they were making fun of me. Tell me my fat ass didn't eat it. They didn't even know I was splitting it. Just shit like that, man. But what keeps me going is I'm just trying to be better, man. I mean, it doesn't get much further than that. I'll be honest. For a little bit, I did have I had a fat ass break from lifting. Shit didn't go my way for a while, and a handful of different things. I just fell behind. I lost a lot of progress I made, and then I'm not gonna get emotional about it, but my grandparents I grew up with, they weren't doing too well, and I saw my grandmother in hospital bed last October, and no, like we just didn't think she was gonna make it, man. We were really hoping she would keep pushing on, holding on, and I'll be honest, it just changed something inside me. I didn't want to waste my potential anymore. I didn't want to wait for the perfect moment to go get after it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to wait until someone wanted to go work out with me, or I had a gym membership get. I had a whole gym in my house. It was my stepdad's. I wouldn't even go in there, man. But I don't know. Just seeing someone who believed in me forever, with like about my hopes and dreams. Like my grandmother and my grandpa, they passed away in January of this year. But to me, they're kind of like my Aunt May and my Uncle Ben. I'll be honest. They showed me Spider-Man. I grew up watching Dragon Ball with my grandfather. He put me on a lot of movies I still enjoy. They taught me a good bit about life. They were huge role models. But whenever I just saw they weren't doing good, I wanted to push for them. It does make me sad. I lost both of them this year, and I grew up with them, and they mean more than words to me, to be honest. And so, for 7 months now, I'll be honest, diet-wise, I fell off a bit, I'll be honest. I pushed pretty hard. I got pretty lean. I couldn't tell you the body fat percentage. Probably like around like 10%. I really don't know. I had abs, veins everywhere, striations. I'm going back to that now. But past few months I've been just trying to like catch up on everything, good habits, all that kind of stuff. But I've been thinking about it a lot. I like pushing it for the people who don't get to see the progress I'm making anymore. The people are looking over me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know they believed in me, and I don't want to let them down. My grandparents are still with me. I was showing my grandma, my muscles and shit. And she was comparing me to the damn Hulk, man. I mean, that shit, that means something to me. That means more than something. That means a lot to me. I was just hitting some cool poses and stuff. I'm nothing much to say about that itself. It's just more of, she's telling me it looks like I've been into bodybuilding. That's the whole point, honestly, is just keep getting better at it. I mean, I can just do what's in my control. An example, this shit behind me used to be an all blank wall. You know what I did? I put some of my stuff up. You know what I did up here? I put some more of my stuff up. I made it my own. I kept adding and adding. You know what I mean? It's just, you need to add that concept to other things, is find what you can do, what is in reach, what's tangible, what's not. An example, for me to say like, in like a couple week time frame, oh, I'm gonna put on this amount of size or lose this amount of weight, and it's something drastic, that's not realistic, man. If it's something like adding a couple pounds or losing a couple pounds, like within like a month or so, or like a couple weeks, I mean, yeah, that's more reasonable. It's just shit like that, man. You gotta find what's in reach, what you can do, and just fucking do it. Not every single day you're gonna be like, dude, I'm ready to crush this. I'm ready to get my meals in. Like X amount of calories, fucking protein, carbs, fat, anything. Or like, oh, I'm gonna do this today. I'm gonna hit this workout. Oh man, I'm gonna do 30 minutes on the bike, whatever. Or like the treadmill. And then they don't do it. It's just all talk, man. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta do the things that you say you want to do. That's what keeps pushing you forward. It's not every single day you're 100% motivated. You know what I mean? It's just like, you just gotta keep going after. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest dude. I'm not the strongest dude. I'm not the leanest dude. But I'm a dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at some guy who's like half my height and it's like, damn, I wish I was like as buff or like as short as him or something. I can't change my height. I can change how wide I'll look, maybe a little bit. I'm like, oh, I can throw some extra shit this way, grow a little more, or like up here, you know what I mean? But you just gotta do what you can. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at some guy who's doing something else and just be, oh, I gotta be exactly like him. It's not gonna work that way. It just, everybody's a little different in terms of, you know, like personality and physically, like how their body is. So what I'm trying to get out of that is like, in the gym, let's say like I'm doing something, it works for me, it may not work for everyone else. You just got to experiment, find what works right for you, you know what I'm saying? But out of yapping, out of like the motivation, what is today's video actually about? It's about some fucking legs. I'm gonna do a little bit of a voiceover, but I don't really talk too much during my actual sets or in between sets. The gym I go to is not always packed, I would say. But if it's an empty gym, I mean, no one else, I'll talk. I like to be respectful about it. That's why I don't talk too much. I'm not going to yell at my camera if there's a handful of people. I'm going to be respectful of like my surroundings, so their surroundings. It's not my gym. You know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of how I am about a lot of stuff. But hit some legs today. So right now I'm in a calorie deficit. So in today's video, I'm gonna be hitting legs. Start off with some hamstring curls. This is where you're gonna catch me next. But I would just like to say, if you're watching this, thank you. Because it's not that easy to talk to the camera. You may notice like I'm looking around, I'm being a little nervous, awkward. It'll get better over time. I can't really change it. It's just the stuff that I'm talking about prior to right now. It's not the easiest stuff to talk about. It really isn't. I just want to talk about what motivates me, what's been motivating me for years, and it's simply, I'm just trying to be better, man. I love Spider-Man. I love Dragon Ball. I love anime, manga, superheroes. You can see literally Spider-Man, Dragon Ball Guts, there's my dog. Like Venom, Sonic. I just like a bunch of nerdy stuff, but what I like about it is I can feel relatable in a way. An example, Spider-Man, he's just trying to be better. Some that they talk about in the films, Tobey Maguire's, that's what I grew up on. And, you know, he's struggling with both of his lives. And he's sacrificing one end for others. He's sacrificing his personal life. He's grinding both with trying to get jobs, his education, his relationships in life, while being Spider-Man, protecting people. putting himself not behind others. You know what I mean? But it's just beautiful, man. Same with Goku. I've talked about it in school, honestly. I had a school project, and it was just an all about me, and I was just talking about how Dragon Ball and Spider-Man changed my life. And the thing with Dragon Ball is, Goku's just some dude, for real. Like, he landed there. He met a very nice, kind man, Grandpa Gohan. He raised him. And then, he's being trained. You watch Goku grow up. But as he grows up, you can see that he's challenging himself constantly. He's constantly training. He's trying to one-up the next person. He's kind to others, especially who he sees stronger. He has respect for that. But he also wants to push himself while going against him. You know what I mean? He just wants to be better in his own way. If you think about it, it can be seen as pretty selfish. But it's just a good thing to have, honestly, is wanting to push yourself. You just want to be better. I don't know.
I like to start off my leg days with hamstring curls.
I'm awkward as hell.
I like to do between 6 and 15 reps. Here the max stack's only 200, so I gotta rep it out. Because over time, I've slowed down my form a little more, got more of a tempo. It just makes it a little easier to get less reps, so I don't have to pump out like 15. My next movement going forward is a leg press. I prefer this currently over the Smith squat or a hack squat, just because my lower back has been not necessarily a problem, but every once in a while it flares up. I had an injury about 2 years ago deadlifting. I was doing the 150s, and I was between 12 and 15, and I just felt a major pull in my lower back. It felt terrible for months. And then just here and there, it just gets a little inflamed. So I don't like to push it too hard always. Moving on to RDLs here, I'm starting to work on my deadlift strength back up. I'm trying to be slow and controlled while pushing my hips back, allowing my knees to bend, and I'm trying to guide the bar down my shins. The only reason I'm trying to work it back up currently is just because of my lower back. I don't want that to be an issue. Don't want to jump onto some extra heavy fucking weight, re-injure my lower back. That would just be a major setback. This second set here, I ended it, I think, on 3 or 4 reps. It started to be a little wobbly. I didn't want to risk it, to be honest. I would rather train with intensity, decent form, seconds and form breakdowns going on. I don't really want to keep pushing that, you know what I'm saying? There's just no reason to try and just injure yourself. It's just more of a setback. I'd rather train safe and comfortable. What I mean by train comfortable is not necessarily, not pushing it, don't go hard. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about a movement that doesn't really just sit with you right. Your joints don't feel right. Just something feels off. There's no reason to push that. If it doesn't work with your body, then just try and find something else that feels comfortable while pushing it hard. I've seen people before talk about doing leg extensions before any type of press or squat pattern. But me, personally, I don't really like starting out with it. So I can pump out the max stack there. I'll be honest, it's not too hard once you get there. So I like to save it towards the end. I didn't record any adductors, or calf work at all. I think my quads are pretty developed compared to my hamstrings, so I've been trying to bring up my hamstrings for the past 3 years or so. My calves are alright. They're slowly growing, but it's going fine.